Right. This is VTOL VR. I'm in the command center. What is it? The air traffic control tower for the hangar. I know what I'm talking about. Jesus. Now I'm looking around my room actually, because I'm trying to find the fucking chair. Oh god. Alright, bringing the chair over. So, pretty sweet game. Motion sickness, real thing, but I'm gonna try and talk about where I'm looking, so maybe me looking around doesn't get so crazy. It is in beta, and it's literally made by one guy. So this is like the briefing room. You can see a couple of the people behind me and such. Oh, just one guy. That's cool. 14 hours played. And that's what we're flying today. So there's different modes and maps. We're actually just going to go back into quick flight because I'm going to talk you both through some flight fundamentals and start procedures. Alright, fixing the headset. Hey. Alright, so you hit configure, the game loads in, and now I got this board in front of me to help me set up the AV-42C loadout configurations. So you can start picking hard points and then pick all these different weapons. It helps if you know what they do, because the game isn't great about tutorials, but it does give you a little, cool tip about what the weapon's capable of. You can equip it, you'll see it load up on the plane. And then the tutorials are kind of a misstep here because there's not many of them. You have to go to YouTube to find them to learn how to use the menus in the cockpit to employ these weapons successfully. We're actually going to go for a let's go for a daytime launch first. I like the loadout we have. We've got Hellfires on the inboard, AIM-9s on the outboard, and then you always have to have a fucking gun because if you don't, you're messing up. Cool, so now this is the part of the game where it says align your seat, and so I'm in the seat. I don't need to really move because I can always just sit up straight a little bit, hit this recenter button a couple times, make sure I'm good to go from where I'm sitting. You can grab the helmet and pop it on. Boom, and now we're just dropped in the AV-42C. Everything's off. This is the typical runway, and you can actually stand up. And my room's kind of big, so I can lean out and look at all the cool stuff around the plane. There's a cargo area for passengers because some of those are the missions. Alright, so I'm back in the seat. Let's get started. So auxiliary power on, main battery on. Let's get winding up here. As that starts to wind up with RPM and put some power through the jet, we can turn on engine 1. RPM start to climb. Looks good. Engine 2. We're going to check wings to make sure the wings aren't lifted or anything, but you can do see the engines in VTOL configuration, and that's fine. Once both these RPMs settle down, we can turn the auxiliary power off. Shut that shit down. Let's get our HUD on. Oh, helmet mounted. Ooh. Helmet mounted control system, pretty sure. But there's a lot here. So I can turn on my radar warning receiver. Fuel, if I wanted different displays, you can pick those. Grab all these knobs, literally, with the controllers and flip them all on to set up my multifunction displays. Targeting pod, power on. Navigation, we're going to zoom out just a little bit, one there. I'm going to make this my sensor of interest. So as I'm using the joystick, I can steer it around. Let's see. Change it to just color view. I'm going to go on equipment on this guy. But there is actually cameras, so you can look around the jet. You can also put comms, so you can talk to your wingman in flight. So you can tell them to attack target by pushing buttons. Or you can turn the microphone on, and as I talk through the microphone, I can say things like wingman, RTB, or return to base, and they will do that. So it's got some pretty cool like audio pickup there. We're gonna set flaps to 1. We're gonna look at the HUD. So talking you through the HUD, I will be talking about a bunch of stuff on here. Top left going down, gonna go run through it fast. Weapon, engine tilt, speed and knots, hull, health bar basically, G's that I'm pulling. Don't know what the fuck M or the A is. I think angle of attack is that one symbol on the bottom. This is throttle input on the very bottom. Going up through the center, you can have degrees of ascent, the horizon line, degrees of ascent. The wing form in the middle talks about where my wings are pointed. And when we start rolling, you'll see a little pipper that is a circle with like a almost a complete plus through it, like a T through it. That little pip is for where I am flying to. So like if I just went hands off the controls, where the jet would go with no other input. You can see on the HUD it's got the, I'm controlling this via the joystick, and it tells me where my targeting pod is looking. There's my heading in degrees, and I'm 16 feet above sea level, vertical climb rate. In the bottom right tells me whether I'm turning the joystick left or right or tilting it forward and backwards. Pretty cool, since you don't have like the physical input in the game. The weapons on. I'm now selected on the cannon. We're gonna go to equipment here. And let's get fucking rolling, fellas. So, brakes off. Kind of quick, hit the brakes, tap them, look down the runway, nothing there. Ooh, going a little fast. Alright. Lined up. Full power, afterburner flow rate, kicking in. Looking for about 170 knots, pulling back, flying up, landing gear up, flaps to 0. And we are going. No other inputs needed. Hey, bye everybody. Put these down. So I'm gonna switch this to look fucking. Wait, what do I hear? I wanted forward. That's what I wanted. And we're gonna go down. Hey, look, I can lock on my friendly target. And if I lean over and see through the HUD, I can get some views, or I can bring down my helmet-mounted sight and see what's going on here. All right, so. I'm gonna slow down the rate of fuel burn and just fly around a little bit, rolling to the right, looking up and pulling back on the stick, rolling around. I'm looking way up. I'm trying to spot the carrier again. There he is. So now I'm switching to my Hellfire, which has a gimbal seeker. So if I just look at stuff, that growl will turn to an angrier growl and let me know I can fire. The AGM-114 Hellfire is a laser designated missile, so wherever my targeting pod is looking is where it wants to go. So if I bring the targeting pod forward, it'll actually get tone. And you can see the caret on that bar that popped up on the right talking about the kill box potential. And the dash lights up yellow when I can fire and strike my target, so pickle and away. Just right into the sea. Let's zoom in down here, maybe we'll see it blow up, go into the water. It already, yeah, there we go. Cool. So yeah, lots to do in this for flying around. It feels really good. There's instrument lights up top, so for the nighttime missions. Let's go through the city, actually. Right now we are upside down. Roll back over. Hopefully it doesn't make you guys sick. Just stare at the city. Cool, huh? It's also got night vision goggles, which are going to be crazy bright right now. Let's turn those off. See if we can find something to blow up in the sky. Hey, there he is. So that's a friendly aircraft. And we're going to roll to the left and try and find them. So I see that I'm pointing straight at them. Now I just gotta get across the other side of the island. I think I see him right at the tip of my hand. That's guns. GAU 8. Won't let me fire, even though he's definitely in that little reticle. So this is something Mike will be familiar with. See if I can get a lock on him with the laser pod. There we go. I'm gonna try and roll in behind him. Because the game has aerial refueling. Look familiar, Mike? And I can open my fuel port. So turn in hard. Air brake on. I think they're going about 315 knots. Now we gotta play catch up a little bit. And we can do that two ways, getting inside the circle. Because he is on a slight turn. On the HUD, I'm looking at where that little circle with the plus through it is. It's gonna let me know where I'm going. Hitting the brakes, slowing down. That's rude. Phone went off. Glad you guys got to be part of that. Also, if you knew that ringtone, it's the SNK, Capcom vs SNK music menu. Alright, so he should fly under us? Oh, he's probably gonna hit us, actually. Where's he at? Where did he go? Okay. Alright, so this is for Dave, because I know Dave wants me to do it, and we're gonna just shoot him, and he's down. Look at that. And he's gone. Brinley's down! Oh god. Alright, so now my vertical descent rate is 70, 80. I'm falling out of the sky real good. There's the carrier. So let's go crash into that, wheels first. Then I'll see who's leaving me a voicemail. Alright, so we bring the targeting pod forward. Need to zoom out a good bit so I can actually have some slew rate over it. Trying to put that on the air traffic control tower. Alright. So that's where we're going. And I'm going to swing around to the right and get a line up on this dude. So the targeting pod has hit gimbal limit. Can't see what I'm looking at. Going a little fast. Going to give myself some space. We're at 5,000 feet. And I'm going to just fall out of the sky, basically. Right towards the carrier. And we're going to go... We're going to turn off the weapons quickly. Put the landing gear down and get our shit back together. Oh, we are going to slam so hard. Alright, so the T, I need to aim at the back of the carrier. Right? See where it's tipping? Oh shit, I should probably put the hook down. Yeah, that'd be good. And it's gonna hurt. Oh, missed.
Landing gear.
Did I get the hook? Yeah, I did get the hook. Okay, round 2.
Landing gear.
And that's bitching Betty, even though it's a male voice.
Landing gear.
Let's try this again.
Landing gear.
It's down. Shut up. I think he wanted me to put it up because I was climbing. Alright, so my speed's a little slow. A lot slow. Here we go, here we go. Oh. Damn, that would have been so fucking cool. Okay, round 3, round 3.
Landing gear.
If the Navy can do it, you know, I can totally fucking
Landing
do this
gear.
shit.
Landing
Going
gear.
vertical.
Landing gear.
Alright, shut up. I think I can pull it off.
Landing gear.
I think I can pull it off.
Landing gear.
Little sketch. Little sketch. Oh man. Butter. Gonna hurt? Nope. Dead. Well, at least we did slide across the runway. The impact was a little fast. That's how that goes. And you can land on the carrier, rearm, refuel, keep going to blow shit up. But there are 2 other vehicles. Something like a cross between an FA-18 and F-15 kind of. And then your F-45, quote unquote, not a real thing, but it's totally an F-35 stealth fighter. What's cool about this one? All right, okay. I'll load up the plane real quick just so you can see the cockpit. And this will be the last thing. Look at that. Touchscreen. Yeah, fighter cockpit. A lot tighter, less going on. The button for plays. Aha. So yeah, now you got all your touchscreen. Very similar to what's actually in 5th gen fighters. Super cool. I can grab the handle if I need to get like boat launched, or you can actually open it and let it blow off while you're flying. That's loud. You can turn that down. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you guys later.